Hello, my name is Last Stand of Mystery Man, and this is my 17th ever Bold and the Beautiful review for the episode that aired yesterday, May 8th, Monday, May 8th, 2023. And it's the 9,013th episode of the Bold and the Beautiful overall. So, well, I'm getting into my first thoughts overall on this thoughts of this show. I should first probably talk about why I didn't have a view yesterday and why I didn't upload pretty much anything yesterday, even any of my YouTube shorts. Well, the best answer is I had to go to the doctor. I had to go to the doctor, and then I'm also moving, so I had to clean my I had to get my stuff ready to pack to move. Also I'm trying to become a pro skateboarder, so stay tuned for that. Later on down the line, I'm trying to do some videos with pro skateboarding. And what else? Yeah, pretty much why I didn't have nothing uploaded yesterday. It was just a scheduling conflict, it was just a scheduling conflict. But other than that, I mean, yep. So I mean, this episode was, I guess, okay. But before we get any further, I would like to I would like to say something. Well, as you all know, as you all know, I've had long flowing black hair, which I've had. So I was literally born with black. I was literally born with a full head of hair. My mom said, "Oh yeah, you were gonna be born with a full head of hair because I had heartburn when I was pregnant with you, so I knew you were gonna come out with a full head of hair, and I did. I did just full on black jet black hair. But the reason why I bring that up is because, well, this is kind of a quote for the Bold and Beautiful. Well, I got a new haircut. Got a new, I got a new haircut. I got a new haircut. It's much shorter now. It's, it's much shorter now. So, I got a new haircut, but it's the same bullshit with the Bold and the Beautiful. I may have got a new haircut, but it's the same bullshit. So getting into this episode. So getting into this episode of the Bold and the Beautiful. I think it was okay, I guess. Also, this episode will be a lot shorter because after I'm done reviewing the Bold and the Beautiful, I immediately got to go review WWE Backlash 2023, and that review should probably be a good about maybe 20 to 30 minutes long review because I have a lot to say that I've waited since Saturday to say. So, getting into this episode of the Bold and the Beautiful, I mean. And we saw Friday, Steffi asked Hope the $1 million question: do you have feelings for my brother? And well, as I've stated, I think Steffi's being a massive hypocrite here by asking Hope this, considering Steffi slept with Bill. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, Steffi. Just saying. And this episode started with that. Hope had a dumb look on her face. Then we cut to Thomas going. No, no way. And I know that on the internet I come off as last down of mystery man guy who's a fan of Hope. I'm not really. Um, hold on, somebody test me. Hold on, I got it. Sorry about that. Sorry, somebody tapped me. I had to answer it. It was important. It was something for my dad about the move. So I had to answer it. So sorry about that. Hopefully there'll be no more interruption. But yeah, I mean, I know I come off as like guy who like. I know I come off as guy who likes. I come off as guy who likes Liam and Hope together. And I mean, I don't really actually like them together. It's just that I feel that Brad Bell likes them together, and that's just what he's going to do. But I gotta admit that this episode, I gotta even admit that I'm man enough to admit that Thomas really doesn't want to be obsessed with Hope anymore. And he's actually legitimately trying not to be obsessed with Hope. He's trying. But getting back into Thomas, he's trying. And Widge came in and said, you're my son, I love you and everything, I don't know what Widge was doing here, but it came off as very weird. Granted, I saw this episode like 15, like 10 minutes, like 15 minutes ago before I made this video, so it's all kind of fresh in my head. You know, not like 4 hours later, just like that's all this episode like 5 minutes ago, so this is all kind of fresh in my head. But anyway, other than that, it's just that this made absolutely no sense whatsoever. For Witch to come in here and go, "You're my son, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, yeah. Like Thomas is like his third favorite kid. And if Phoebe was alive, Thomas would be his fourth favorite kid. That's just a guaranteed on this show. Because back when I first started watching, and everybody thought, oh, and it was the whole thing that Hope used to call Witch Dad. That was basically his favorite stepchild as well, you know. So yeah, Thomas has never been his favorite kid. Don't know why Brad Bell trying to do that now. But anyways, getting back into the Hope and Steffi, Hope is like, no, I don't have no, I'm committed to my husband. I love Liam. Whereas, you know, I believe that mainly because Brad Bell has shown that to be true. Not that I wanted to, not that I wish that it was. Do I wish that it wasn't true? Absolutely. But it is, and we can't go back, and I can't get that back. So other than that, she's just talking. I love how Hope is always trying to change the subject. Like, she doesn't want to confront her feelings about Thomas. But I think later on in this episode, in this review, we might find a reason why Hope has feelings for Thomas. And it's definitely not because she cares about him. So getting into the next part of this show, Liam was on like, okay, finally we can maybe Wyatt will be here. We can make fun of Thomas some more. One of my favorite things. And then no, it was freaking Taylor. You've got to be kidding me. Could it be anybody else, Brad? Could he have talked to some random dude on the street? Could we found some homeless man he could have talked to? Does it have to be Taylor? So Taylor shows up. I could care less, but I'm like, let me watch this. Why not? Maybe she won't be completely horrible. Because Scott Clifford, you know, the actor that plays Liam, can make you like him, but he can also help actors. He can also help people. He can also help the acting of other people too, but not with Taylor, because Taylor's acting cannot act for nothing. I'm sorry, she can't. So Taylor came in and was like, Liam, you need to stop being mad at my son. I'm a therapist, a shitty one. But I know my son now. I know he's not obsessed with your wife anymore. And Liam's like, I wish I could believe that, but I've seen the opposite of it, Taylor. Here, you know, I've seen the opposite of it. What am I supposed to do here? Just listen to you and trust you? Why would I do that? Considering Taylor's the one who made Thomas become obsessed with Hope in the first place in 2019 during their supposed therapy session, where she told him to steal, and I quote, steal Hope from Liam to give Douglas a mom. So Taylor's the one who started all of this. And then it may or may not have been involved with the kidnapping of Beth. So Liam is like, Taylor, anything you say is not going to be good because you're his mom. You might be a therapist, but you're his mom, and so of course you don't want to think that your son's a horrible person. Of course, no mom wants to think that their son's a horrible person. What parent wants to think that? No parent I've ever met. My mom loves me. I mean, she does tell me sometimes that sometimes I mess up, but you know, she would never, you know, want to see the worst in me, you know. Yeah, so he's like, you got blinders on for Thomas because he's your son. Steffi's got blinders on for Thomas because that's her brother. And Steffi's also a massive hypocrite. Tell you what, you can't really be a hypocrite because no man has ever really loved you. Like at any point ever, because I don't know why they would. I don't know what anybody was seeing Taylor. Money, possibly, I don't know. I don't even think she actually went to Africa. I just think she laid on a beach. I doubt. Who would Taylor help? What help people in Africa with Taylor help? Yeah, give me a break. So yeah, that was very contradictory to Taylor. And Taylor also, I'm sorry, but no, Taylor, you are like the second to last person who should ever talk to Liam about why Hope is not obsessed. Why Hope and Thomas won't do anything. Why Thomas won't do anything. Because see, when you started all of this, and yet no one ever seems to call you out on it. You just get a free pass because you're a woman or something? No, Taylor, you don't. So getting back to the Hope and Steffi confrontation, or as I like to call it, am I in deja vu? Is this 2023 or 2013? Because I feel we would have had a similar type conversation in 2013. So getting into that conversation that they had. Well, this conversation that they had. Hope was like, no, I'm committed to Liam. Steffi's like, sure, but I saw it. I saw the looks, the hand holding, the touching, the words you saying. Oh, like, no, you reading too much into this. And Steffi said something that, honestly speaking, could perfectly describe Hope's reasoning for wanting to have feelings for Thomas. Steffi said, do you miss his obsession with you? And Hope just looked at her, gave her a dumbass expression that she gives. I don't know how to do it. I don't know. I don't know how Anna Noel does it. Anna Noel does it. I don't know. Also, she has a very confusing real name. I know how she does it. I know how you can play this character and not be complete and utterly just baffled by the fact that your character is clearly one of the stupidest people to ever be in soap operas. But clearly might be what this is. I think that's the perfect way to describe it. Because as I said, that Hope wants what she can't have. So this is a new way to say that. Hope, in this context, is missing the fact that Thomas is obsessed with her. So now she's developing these feelings for Thomas to counteract that. To basically try to counteract that. And basically trying to make him become obsessed with her again. Which is not good. Which makes her an enabler. Which means that these two people are not good for each other. Because she's clearly making him a worse person. I have said this for so long. But look at it. But look at today's episode with Tommy. He clearly doesn't want to be obsessed with Hope anymore. I can see that clear as day now. He doesn't want to be obsessed with Hope anymore. But he's going to be. Because he's not man enough or mature enough or responsible enough to tell his dad, to tell Ridge and Steffi, I can't work with Hope anymore. I can't do it anymore. I think the woman's upset. I think the woman has feelings for me because she wants me to be obsessed with her again. And I don't want to do that. So I got to quit. Don't care if it's a little stupid bland. I'm done. And just leave. But he's not going to do that. Because he's going to become obsessed with Hope again. Especially if she continues to basically enable him to do this. This does not come off as a good look for Hope. Whatsoever. This comes off as Hope being an enabler. Or having a mental breakdown. Because then we got the next part of this episode that I didn't know if I thought I should have probably not laughed, but I laughed because anytime she cries now, I just find it funny. Because what are you crying for? You caused all of this. She just starts crying. I mean, Anna Noel is very good at crying. I will not hold that against the actress. I mean, that woman can cry. I can't even cry that well sometimes when I'm in actual pain. I don't know how you can do. I mean, granted, if I worked on this program and I had to read the line she did, I'd probably be pretty good at it too. I mean, this program had made me feel sad before. Just basically watching it. I don't know how I would feel to be on it. So yeah, I think we've all been looking at this the wrong way, quite frankly. I think we've all seen what we've wanted to see, but we really all haven't just taken a second to look at this from a whole different point of view. Not even Steffi's point of view, but not even Liam's point of view. But from the point of view of someone who's possibly only started recently watching this show. Because I see it from the point of view of I used to be a Liam and Steffi fan, and well, I'm upset that they're not together anymore, so I guess I gotta be stuck with Hope and Liam. You know what I mean? That's kind of my whole thing here. That's kind of the only reason why I like Hope and Liam. Maybe because I can't have the one I actually like. And I used to be a fan of Thomas, so I have all these biases against these people, you know. And I really don't have that against Liam because, well, I've always been a big advocate of the fact that sure Liam cheated, but not like Steffi and Hope were the best women in the world for him. I mean, both of them married his brother. Steffi slept with his father. Don't even get me started on the fact that Hope. Hope technically cheated on him with Oliver, almost cheated on him with Oliver. The whole Thomas situation, you know, none of these three people are innocent in any of this. You know, the Douglas situation doesn't help either. RJ being back doesn't help. But I think we've all looked at it from our biases. But when Steffi said that, when Steffi said that, I took a moment. I looked and I said, you know what? She's right. That's what it is. Hope wants Thomas to be obsessed with her because it gives her something. It gives her the attraction of a man. So so maybe she doesn't like the whole slutty part about her mom, but she likes the men being attracted to her part. Maybe that's possibly what this is. I mean, you can agree or disagree with me, but that's kind of possibly what this is. You know what I mean? That's quite possibly what this is. She's just into him being obsessed with her. That's clearly what she wants, people. And I mean, is it wrong? Absolutely. You're an enabler for this poor man. You're enabling this poor man. But I got nothing else to say about this episode because nothing else really happens. I ended with this. I think that's why Hope has feelings for Thomas, because she wants Thomas to be obsessed with her. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section about that. Because I mean, I've kind of been trying. I kind of wonder why she's had these new feelings for Thomas and all these flashes of him. But now it all makes sense. Because when you look at those flashes, Thomas is always thought about as the wrong man, the wrong guy, the wrong person for her to be with, because that's what she wants Thomas to be. That's the Thomas she wants to be around. She doesn't really want this Thomas, but she wants this Thomas to turn back into that Thomas so that she can then reject him over and over again so she can have the power. Thomas has taken away Hope's power to control him so far. And hopefully, Thomas keeps doing that. And hopefully, Hope will lose full control over Thomas. I don't know, people. I don't know what to tell you, but that all makes sense. In a soap opera sense, it makes sense, and in real life, it makes sense. Because what I've been saying kind of don't make sense in the whole soap opera world when it comes to some point. But this certainly does. I mean, that could be true about it. That could be true. You know, it's like that whole thing of once. It's like the whole thing of once someone stops wanting you, you want them again. Like we've seen it in so many soap operas, and other TV shows. Like when someone breaks up with somebody and that person did the breakup and the other person move on, that person then wants to get back together. If the story is they want to get back together, but it happens in every show ever. So yeah, I got nothing else to say. That was all I gotta say. Well, tune in later today, possibly, or maybe possibly tomorrow now, depending on what happens with this whole moving, because I got a new situation going on with the moving now. Sorry about that. That's what my dad was texting me. I got a new situation, so my back review may not be out until tomorrow, possibly, but hopefully today. So anyways, tune in next time for my 18th Bold and the Beautiful episode review. And what I got to say, everybody have a wonderful day until I see you later today.